Finding number one, using national brand cleaners as little as once per week is damaging to the lungs as smoking a pack of cigarettes every day for 20 years.
Oh my
Let that
gosh.
sit for a minute. Let that sit for a minute.
Yeah, let that sit for a moment.
People who are living in their households, working at home, notice have a 54% higher death rate from cancer because they're in the home with off-gassing chemicals that they don't even realize that their daily exposure is worse than if they were working outside their home. It literally is a registered pesticide that actually causes severe eye injuries. It burns your skin, your mouth, your throats. It's a neurotoxin. It's bad for the liver. And there's no way to detoxify bleach. Some things you think that you can just, put enough water with it, it'll be okay. No. And it's fatal if swallowed, usually. So that's on the bottle. Nobody reads the label, hardly remembers that. Because you think you have to have bleach for things to be clean.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Chatting with the Experts with me, Paula Okonneh, the host, where I share with you the expertise of women from Africa, from the Caribbean, and in the diaspora. They share my mission, which is to educate, empower, and inspire women globally. Today, the title of our show Is Your Home a Healthy Home? And my guest, who will be joining me shortly, says that common household chemicals may gradually be making families sick. Before she comes on, I'll tell you about her. So, I have the privilege to introduce to you a health and wellness educator with over 40 years of experience empowering individuals to live healthier lives through education and lifestyle awareness. She has dedicated her post retirement journey to helping people uncover hidden toxins in their homes and workplaces, guiding them through safer, more sustainable alternatives. This speaker's expertise lies in environmental health and wellness education, where she equips others with knowledge and tools to make informed choices that support personal well being and also planetary health. She's also the founder of Health Matters, a mission driven initiative that promotes wellness through education and access to healthier everyday products. Her motto, HOPE, is also an acronym, which stands for Help One Person Every Day. And this speaks volumes about her commitment to make a difference in the world. Please help me welcome to Chatting with the Experts, Pamela Kollman. Hi, Pamela. I love that name, Pamela, because it's my cousin's name.
Oh, great. And you know what? The name Pamela means all honey. So I have to be sweet. What do you think about that?
You are sweet. Wow. It's something that you said common household chemicals are making families sick
Yes.
and that they are hidden toxins in our homes. Oh my gosh, that's scary.
Yes, it really is, Paula. Most people really want to live healthier lives, but they're overwhelmed by the choices and they're misled by labels and things they you don't know. I always say you do better when you know better, and
Mhm.
that was true. It's true in my life. So I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to share with others. There are hidden toxins in our home, and if we're not aware of them, then we just keep on doing the things that are harming ourselves without even having any unwittingly doing those things. So I'm happy to be here to share a few slides of education that I've learned in my research, and happy to help.
So what I'm hearing from you is that there are alternative solutions.
Yes, there certainly is, and there has been for quite some time. I just wasn't aware of it.
Hmm.
So I'm grateful to be able to share that as well. What can we do other that this that's more effective and cost less? So that I would actually pay more if I just to have the health healthier things, but you don't have to.
You don't have to. So, all right. So we're going to jump into the slides in a few minutes as you tell us more about ways to avoid long-term health hazards.
Yes,
Also, how we should be a lot more aware of labeling regulations.
yes, yes.
Wow. Wow. So let's jump into it.
Oh, okay. I'll be happy to go right into there right now and share my screen with you and get right into play from current slide. There it is. There's the question. Is your home a healthy home? Scientists and doctors are discovering that there certainly are more chemicals that cause actually asthma, ADD, nervous disorders, and so forth. I'll show you some of the items that we're also aware of. Are any of these in your home right now? That's a question. And I tell you, some of these have been in my home, but now I know better. And so I used to think that these were safe because it's in the store, it should be okay, but actually the safety of the things are passed by a law over 50 years ago, not the 1966 Packaging and Labeling Act, and they actually have no requirements for products to be safe. They don't have to list every ingredient. It only limits their liability to have that labeling on there. And so these warning labels are really they're very tiny print, by the way. And so you almost feel when you read the label, you have to have a hazmat suit on when you read what's in there, and you find out how bad it is. The harsh truth is that the American Cancer Society has shown that in the 1910s, 1 in 8,000 people got cancer. One,
Let's stop right there. You said 1 in 8,000 people
yeah,
got cancer back
and
in the early 1900s.
yes, that's what the Cancer Society has brought out. But this shocking part is nowadays it's 1 in 2, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. The back in the day, back in the wartime, they had all this chlorine that they were using for gassing,
Mhm.
poisonous gas, and they actually put it into had to get rid of it, so they put it into household cleaners. So that's why this era was known as the chemical age, and everything is right there in a lot of it is right in our homes, and it causes all these problems: ADD, ADHD,
Uh,
allergies.
Wait,
You know,
wait, wait, wait. Just pause that for a second.
okay,
Oh, you are telling me that because they had excess chlorine
and
from
other
World
chemicals.
War II, they
Yeah,
now had to do something with it?
yeah, World War I. Yeah.
World War One.
Yeah, and they just had to get rid of all that the poisonous gas in the war, and that was part of the problem. And then, of course, they've had added more chemicals than that since then, and these problems are dangerous for our children too.
Okay, so I'm looking at this. So
Yeah,
now, okay, most times we keep our cleaning stuff underneath the sink. Yeah, you're showing that in this slide. And so like this one here, a child sees, all right. What we would see as a, just a regular bottle, they're seeing like an elephant and a duck. Is that a duck?
yeah, it looks like it to them. They see things differently, and they think, "Oh, I'm going to play with this," and even though they have so-called childproof safety caps, they obviously some things are going to get. I'm going to reveal in a minute what really is one of the problems is not just ingesting, but actually inhaling the fumes and from the cleaning products.
And we don't think about that.
Yeah,
All right. So these are the routes of exposure: inhalation,
that was first.
skin, absorption, ingestion. We tend to think more of ingestion,
Yeah,
direct
that's what you
contact.
think, but that's third on the list. It's the chemicals that are in the air and there's a study coming up that shows that even the wipes that we use, the chemicals are there. We're inhaling them, and of course, skin absorption is important. But we always think, oh, the child drank it, or ate it. No, they're inhaling it, and this is dangerous. In fact, uh, there's the American Association on Poison Control brings out that every 30 seconds a child is poisoned in the United States. So one of the worst things is bleach. And that's one of the
Wow.
biggest one. It's one of the number one cause of accidental poisonings, which
So
I,
wait, I'm going to make you stop again.
okay.
So, because I want to read this, bleach is a poison. Because just today I was looking at something that I had, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to just soak this in bleach. So you
Uh-oh.
saying that it's a, well, I know it's a chemical.
Yes, but it's, you know what? One thing you didn't, I could tell you, Paula, it says registered pesticide. It literally is a registered pesticide. It actually causes severe eye injuries. It burns your skin, your mouth, your throats. It's a neurotoxin. It's bad for the liver. And there's no way to detoxify bleach. You know, some things you think that you can just, put enough water with it, it'll be okay. No, and it's fatal if swallowed, usually. So that's on the bottle, but nobody reads the label, hardly remembers that, because you think you have to have bleach for things to be clean. That's what I thought, but no, you don't. There's actually an alternative to bleach, what I will show you soon. Here's another thing you might want to notice in household chemicals, or they call it, remember in the beginning you mentioned that gradually making you sick. It's a loaded gun, because people who are living in their households, working at home, notice have a 54% higher death rate from cancer, because they're in the home with off-gassing chemicals that they don't even realize that their daily exposure is worse than if they were working outside their home.
So, okay, so this now it just says mainly women. I guess when the studies are done, we didn't have, as many, well, it's changed recently though, because after COVID, a lot more men and women were working at home.
Yes, yes.
So I guess the more recent studies will show that it's affected both men and women.
And women, absolutely. And children, of course. And the CDC, which is obviously the Center for Disease Control, discovered that Monsanto was actually hiding the fact that they had dioxin in Lysol for 30 years. And that was an Agent Orange, by the way. So,
Okay, let's pause it again there so that we can read this. So
mhm,
the other side, the slide you just showed, Monsanto, is that how it's pronounced?
yes.
Okay, they are the manufacturers of Lysol.
Here, go back. They were hiding this fact about Lysol. I don't know if they manufacture it now.
Okay,
Let me go back. That's a very famous place that is manufacturer, but I know that they knew about this, and that's what this is about here. That the environmental health newsletter brought out that Lysol was more dangerous than they ever realized, and now they're discovering it even through in other universities, like the University of Bergen in Norway. They put out a study about the lungs.
I want you to go back if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind at all.
Okay, go back again to the thing, the one with Lysol.
Okay, I'll go back. I
Yeah,
have to, yeah, no worries. I can go back right
let's
here.
see that one, please.
Yes, coming right up. I was just anxious to show you there.
Right, okay. Can you pause it there?
Yeah, it's passed.
I want to read that. We've known for a long time that Lysol contains a substance called phenol, the ingestion of which, even in small amounts, can cause nausea, vomiting, circulatory collapse, paralysis, convulsions, coma, respiratory failure, and cardiac arrest. Why would anyone with children keep such a product in their home?
Mm,
Wow. Okay, and then in the box it said we have learned recently that Lysol, which we used a lot during COVID,
COVID, yeah.
and yeah, also contains dioxin. That's the deadly agent used in Agent Orange that can cause genetic mutation, birth defects, and cancer. So we are feeding, well, not feeding, but we are putting these things in our homes without actually doing any research to make sure that it's safe.
Yes, in fact, to answer that question you mentioned earlier, in this right below there, it brings out that that Monsanto, which is Lysol's parent corporation, admitted to a 30-year cover-up, lying about the presence of dioxin in the um,
Chlorophenol.
perfume. Yeah, and So it's like that's the problem. There's just cover up. They don't want. There's other cover ups. There's so many I didn't even really get to bring and put them all in here. One with even with baby powder and stuff like that. But it's just the idea of and then here brings out in Greenpeace magazine, they discussed that in length. So, and I'm going to have a slide that where you can get a screenshot and and find this information out as well, if somebody wants to research it too.
You can notice I'm speechless. You're talking, but I'm keeping quiet because I'm like, wow, these
It
are
is really, yeah, because right, because during COVID, that's everybody's like, where I even saw in where can we find Lysol? They ran out the store, and I was so grateful to know and try to tell folks that there's an alternative to Lysol, which I'll show here in the slides, that is EPA registered and kills COVID and everything else that Lysol kills, but doesn't kill you too. So, would you
okay.
like me to move along?
Yeah, let's keep going, please.
Okay, sure thing. I mentioned this Norway study, which is really remarkable because it's an independent study that the doctors came up with, and it was actually written up in the Respiratory Health Survey, and it's over 6,000 women and men were involved in it, and 22 health centers around the world. So this is not a small study. It's over 20 years of time, and it's written up in the American Journal of Respiratory and Critical Care Medicine. So it's easy to come up with and take a look at on your own. But it's just amazing what the findings are. It was all over the news, and I actually have a copy of the study right here, and I can actually PDF it to anybody who would like to see it. So
Okay.
it's just 2 pages long. I'll read one part of it here in a second, but well, it's right here on the slide. 20-year study, 6,000 subjects plus, and the use of spray and liquid cleanings was what was monitored, and the lung capacity was monitored. So
Mm-hmm.
here's some of the studies that was brought out. Finding number one, using national brand cleaners as little as once per week is as damaging to the lungs as smoking a pack of cigarettes every day for 20 years.
Oh my
Let that
gosh.
sit for a minute. Let that sit for a minute.
Yeah, let that sit for a moment.
I
Oh,
mean, that's just like I had to read that several times once a week. So if you're cleaning your home once a week, it's as if you just smoked, a pack of cigarettes every day.
and
That's
if
that's what's brought out in the lungs. The same thing brought out in the lung study here. This is the study here, and it's just incredible to me. We know
so
how bad
what
cigarettes.
I'm thinking is that if you clean your house more than once a week, let's
There
say
you
you
go.
clean it twice, then you're doubling your exposure.
Yes, significant lung damage. And here's the thing: some people, this is their occupation. They go and clean. I
People
mean, I used to
don't.
clean several houses. That was what I did back in the day. And my dear friend lost a lung, not unwitting, not knowing, because she used bleach every day. It wasn't just once a day. And then some people that like to clean every single day. So and what was one of the studies findings, women were more affected than men, even though it had to do with our makeup. But in the study, it brings that out. There's more on that, and what if you want the study itself. But cleaning it at home, like it brought out, was just like an occupational cleaner, if not more, because you're here in a more closed environment than out in a bigger space cleaning. So the other thought, which I thought was really finding number four, is that national brand cleaners are just as dangerous as spray cleaners. So whether you use spray or liquid or wipes, it's gonna be the same because you're breathing it in. It's coming in
Your
the air.
slides are going very fast. Let's go back and sit on number 4 if you don't
Oh,
mind.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I have a tendency to move right along. That I have that tendency in talking too, fast.
That's fine.
Let's
That's
see if I can
fine.
get myself back one more slide. There we go.
There we go. National brand liquid cleaners are just as dangerous for you as spray cleaners. So, because you tend to think when you spray, the molecules are all in the air,
Mhm.
at least that's what I learned in chemistry.
Yeah, you think so, and they are, but yet, because of the evaporation and you're using a liquid cleaner, you're just pouring it on something or a wipe, it's going to still get in your lungs. It's as bad as the sprays because it's coming up in the air.
Wow.
I was just looking at the study here if there's anything more on that because they have like a paragraph. This is just a sentence, but in the actual study, there's a paragraph for each thing. So I didn't want to talk too long, but
Let
there's
me
a
let
lot
me
of information.
let me
Yeah,
pin you so we can see that a bit more. Hold a
sure.
second. Whoa. All right. Oops. I hope I'm pinning you properly. Hold on. Let me see. Pin. Oops, I got that wrong.
Maybe it won't do it
Pin.
with the slides there.
Okay. Um, hmm. The pin is
I can
not
hold
pin.
it up at the end after the slides, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Let's keep going.
Okay, sweetie. And now this is really mind-boggling. I did not go over this quickly when I first saw this. It's hard. It's like, oh my gosh, you can't believe it. You know, all these toxic chemicals, ammonia, they're just so terrible for all of us. And then it mentioned that women who usually use national brand cleaning products have increased rates of asthma. That was finding number 6. And so then the 7th finding is the damage to the lungs would get worse over time. And there's another paragraph here about that.
Hmm.
So it's just disturbing, isn't it? Just
It
disturbing.
is.
Because people don't realize what's happening and when they're checking their lungs. And I for one had asthma in the past. I don't have it
Okay,
anymore.
let's slow down here again. So I want to look at all these, what you have here.
Yeah, these are things that we see all the
Mhm.
time, and every room of our house practically there's going to be something that is.
Greases, windows. I'm jumping to the, yeah, windows and glass cleaners, all-purpose cleaners. Yeah, we have all of that.
Yeah, yeah, and so did I. But we can still have those things, but in a safe way. So I like just crumple that up and throw it away and say no to these products. But what do we do? There's something else, and which I'll bring out in just shortly. But I wanted to just show you the wipes.
Okay, yeah, and let's pause here too, so
Yeah.
we can take a good look.
Mhm.
Wipes. Okay.
So, and notice it says on the label, hazardous to humans and domestic animals. So later in September, I'm going to be doing a Zoom presentation called Paws Off the Poison. Because a lot of folks have fur babies that they really love, they're part of the family. And if they're running around after they've done a Swifter full of chemicals, it's going to be, entering their bloodstream as well. And we want our pets to live longer, not our children and our pets
Yep, our children and our pets and ourselves.
and ourselves. There, and then there's that. How about us? So
Wow.
the Clorox and Lysol are again registered pesticides.
Okay.
So
Right.
moving on. Here we go. I finally can show you what's good, something good. The first EPA registered plant disinfectant kills 99.9% of all disease-causing bacteria, just like Lysol. And but it's safe to even use on food surfaces. You can spray this on your child's high chair instead of a Clorox wipe like I used to do. And there's no warnings. The only no's on the label is there are no anything bad in it. And so it's wonderful to know that there is such a product available, and people were clamoring for it, being able to get this from the wellness company, 40 years strong. Um, it's a manufacturer and a store, and this has thyme oil, and it actually kills all the germs that we need to kill, and it's concentrated. So 2 bottles you can get out of 1 bottle.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
but the ads are saying start your next meal with Clorox bleach. You know, it's just simply, and it even has a nerve to say the simple solution for a healthy home.
Yeah,
Talk
because we
about
think
false
about we want to
advertising.
keep our houses clean, our homes, our workspace, our living spaces clean and safe for our loved ones. Yeah,
Terrible.
I told you just this morning I was thinking about,
Oh,
I need to get some bleach and just wipe down.
no, 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 no. And it's such false advertising. It's terrible. It says that, And then on the back, it says dangerous, But they have to have it on there for liability reasons, but it's not prominent. This is what they should present instead. And people think, oh, I have to have bleach to clean off the chicken, whatever. But Soluguard will do the trick.
Wow.
So moving on, there it is again. We already talked quite a bit about it, but there it is again, the big fatality and that everybody feels they thought they used to feel they had to have in the home. And there's the label on the back that I just wanted to show that because it really brings out it's way down here in the tiny, but there it is, physical chemical hazards. So it's not only bad for ourselves, but bad for the planet as well. So here's another aha moment for me. I used to use Cascade. I mean, it cleans well, it cleans everything. However, did I know it was a neurotoxin? No, I did not. It literally acts on the nervous system. And of course, when we do our dishwasher, it vents to the inside. Our dryers vent outside, but our dishwasher vents inside.
Inside the home, yes.
So we're in the kitchen breathing in hot chemicals and then we have to go over and cough and don't even know what's wrong. I don't have a cold. Why do I have a headache? Oh, my nervous system is being affected by this. It's just terrible to know this is out there. But the good news is there's Diamond Bright, which cleans just as good as Cascade. It actually cleans a little better because it actually washes the dishwasher too, and it's half the cost. They have the liquid, they have the pods, and then all the other products there. You see Soluguard is that botanical disinfectant, that it's a wipe, and you can just wipe down everything and not even worry about all the different chemicals that are in the products in the store. And it costs less because you don't have to. There's no retail space. It's actually delivered right to your door. Here's one of my biggest concerns is Dawn, because I think
Shocking. This one is shocking to me.
it's everywhere because of the wonderful help it did for
We
in the
had the oil spill.
oil spill, and they show the ducks, and which is great. They save the ducks, but it's because it cuts grease. It cuts grease. Why? Because of the chemicals in it. And it literally is a modern day embalming fluid. It has formaldehyde in it, as a lot of products do. Nobody would ever know. It doesn't say the word formaldehyde. It has other chemical names for it. So nobody would see the word formaldehyde necessarily on the back of something, but they're going to see all these other names for it. And it's blue only because of the chemicals. Same thing for the shocking news that this Dawn is actually listed right there, as you can see in the middle there, but
Yes, Dawn
detergent, right in the Mayo Clinic's list of household carcinogens. So it's no secret. It's just unknown. How's that work? I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, it's out there if you look for it. In other words, you can find out more if you search for it.
Yes, and that's exactly the thing. I'm so grateful that I finally got introduced to this amazing information so that I could make a difference for my family and for my grandchildren. They all know about this. Believe me.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, all right.
Moving
Let's
on. Another thing on the list that I don't know if you noticed it was pledge. That was on
yeah,
the list as well.
pledge.
Yeah, and
No.
I mean, again, it's another one of those. This wellness company has something called Rustic Touch, which you can use and clean as well. Costs less. Again, no formaldehyde. Not on any danger list out there. And then here's Windex. Did you think of cleaning your windows and having, you know, issues like maybe tumors, um, kidney issues? No.
Attacks the central nervous system. I've jumped to the middle, liver and kidneys, and linked to reproductive disorders.
And we have a blue liquid cleaning a clear surface. Our the cleaner that I use, I love it's clear power. Cleans like Windex, but it's clear. It's clear and it
So,
cleans.
are you saying that the blue color is the
It's chemical.
formaldehyde or
It's a chemical that
the
makes it,
chemical to make it blue?
yeah, it makes it, and it's more attractive, to buy. And people have that's a color that's cool, and it makes people want to, be drawn toward it.
And it's like the sky, blue sky.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I think I want to clean my windows and see the blue sky, and here you are, not realizing that you're hurting yourself.
Toxin.
And it's the
All
same
right.
thing with 409. This is something that we'd go around and clean like all the fingerprints and everything in the spring or whatever, just all purpose clean everything, but it causes depression, nausea, vomiting, headaches. I wouldn't, you do spring cleaning, you're supposed to be happy. What's happening here? But 409 will has all those problems, but on the back again, it has all the warnings.
Wow.
So
Oh,
phenol
this is an eye opener.
it's very dangerous. Phenol is most people would know that, but nobody would know it's in what they're using. And same thing for Tide. This is the most common brand, and that's why I put it up here because everybody, and I've heard a lady say, well, my grandma used Tide. I'm gonna use Tide. I'm always, okay, that's fine. This is a personal choice. There's no pressure here for anybody to switch stores. It's just recommended because of the dangers. Um, Actually, Tide is one of the worst because it takes 52 years for it to be safe in the environment. So if you take a little
Wait, wait,
Tide,
wait. Say that again, please. It takes 52 years. So
yeah,
it
for it to
lingers
become,
in the environment for 52 years?
yeah, for it to be safe in the environment, for it to become inert, it takes that long because it's so full of phosphates. It's the most heaviest laden phosphate, but it cleans your clothes really well, but actually attacks the stain from the top, which is why you have so much lint in your dryer. The alternative, which is Mellow it doesn't, it goes under inside the clothes and brings out the stain, and it's super concentrated. And that's 75% water, by the way. The shipping water and terrible phosphates. Uh, if you put it in your hand, which I don't recommend because what you put on your skin gets in your bloodstream, but if you did, it would burn your hand because that's how powerful it is. And in fact,
Okay.
they even say how commercials they show how keep laundry packs away from children. Well, you think, how about don't use them at all? It's actually banned in Europe, but not
Uh,
in the US.
yeah, I'm saying it feminizes male fish.
Yeah. And
Wow.
some of the leading detergents actually contain fiberglass.
Fiberglass.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness. So
Lord.
how about something else instead? The question is, why do we have this in our home? That's what I want to know. Why do we have anything in our home that has these statements on the back? So take a look around and see, does it say danger may be fatal? Then it really does it really belong in our home at all? So that's why my topic is your home a healthy home. Just take time to go around and do the toxic roundup and see what's in there that's bad for you. And you can kind of tell by just walking down the what I call the chemical aisle of the store.
Is
Paula,
that
have
you in
you
the
ever done
background?
that? Have you walked down the aisle before and not been able to breathe?
Mm, wow. When Pamela was asking, is that you in the background? Are you the one shopping there? No.
No, not me.
Okay, stop, Mom. Okay, stop.
But
Quick.
that could be me because I've
Thank
done
you.
it before. I walk down this aisle and now I avoid it like the plague. I make a wide circle around this aisle because it's off gassing. These are closed bottles and boxes. So they are off gassing chemicals. You can barely get through the aisle with your eyes watering. And that's the reason. It's the chemical aisle.
Mm,
And even if you're trying to find something that's better for you, different brands that are out there, they don't work as well as the products I'm talking about, and they cost more because they're on a retail space and they have commercials. In this EcoSense friendly line, there's a complete laundry system. There's dish care, all-purpose cleaner, and there is I should give a drum roll right here. There's the bleach replacement. It's called Melibrite. It,
okay.
it, it whitens just like bleach without killing you at the same time. There's no chemicals. And the Soluguard is the one that replaces the Lysol. There's a Cascade replacement. There's a Dawn replacement. There's all the different things that people use, that there is something for every single purpose in the home, and you don't have to worry. And it literally costs less and it's delivered to your door. So
Mm.
I'm really proud to present the wellness company and their wonderful products. In fact, USA Today just announced in May that Melaleuca is won the award out of thousands of retail stores as one of America's favorite stores and most trusted brands. And they didn't even ask for that accolade. They have tons of awards, melaleucaawards.com. But this award just happened, and to be a trusted brand is really important because, as we can see, it's hard to be trustworthy when people are hiding things. And that's why the rise of people at work are just, they probably sprayed that desk with pledge, poor guy. You know what I mean? It's just terrible. And this is all completely avoidable. All we have to do, as you said, our own research.
Do our own research.
Do it, check it out, look at your stuff. And my goal is to put you on a path, or anybody on a path to better health and wellness. Know what's in your home. Find out. We have the ability to do that. Know what's in there. And here's the screenshot of what I was talking about. You can, if anybody wants to take it, because this is where the information I gave you that I did that research from.
Traditional household products. You leave it up for a second so anyone who wants to take a screenshot can. Though you did say you have some documents, some PDFs that you can share as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm very, very happy to. Very happy to share that. So yeah, so the thing is, we really we all, especially after COVID, really do care about our health, and we care about the environment. This Melaleuca's been green since 1985. I mean, they were green from the beginning. They've always had green, healthy products for the planet. And that's so important because it's our home as well, our planet.
Our home as well.
It's our home as well. And from my wellness journey, I was doing workouts as a fitness professional, but workouts and wellness, it goes far beyond workouts. It's your environment. It's what you ingest. It's what you put on your skin. And that's why I'm so passionate about it. Would you like me to move ahead?
Yes, please.
Okay. So is this day one?
Or is it one day?
One day or day one?
I like this.
Yeah, it's up to us, to make a decision and investigate. Am I still going to keep buying the things that I've just learned, or am I going to switch stores? And of course, I can help anybody learn about how to switch stores, but it's really not, it's not spending anymore. It's just spending better. Safer, healthier products for your home.
Wow.
Just spending smarter.
Spending smarter.
Yeah, spending smarter. So no more poison for the kids. They have never had any safety proof cap or any warning label. The only thing they have on there is what you don't get. Bleach, parabens. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, they don't have any of those things. That's what you don't get. And what I love about what I do is also what I don't do. I don't sell these products. I just use them. And I introduce people to them. And I'm happy to do so. Very happy about it, and happy for families that can not have to worry about what's under the sink, or it has childproof safety cap, or just honor yourself by embracing your ability to take charge and take action. I love that quote by Cherie DeMayo. She's got a lot of beautiful quotes, and also the fact that to look ahead, what am I going to do henceforth? We're trying to have longevity, and that's what this is about for ourselves and our children and our planet. And I got the privilege of meeting Jim Rohn back in the day he said, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live.
I love that.
Isn't that true? And I think, that is so true. And take care of our planet. It's our home as well. So
yes,
this is the aisles of the store. Like I said, I can go through each aisle of the store with anybody, just a 10-minute overview. I can just send it to them. They can watch a little video and learn about it. They even have never ever brand, the only brand like never ever. What does that mean? Never any hormones, never any antibiotics. As even something says grass fed, they usually have hormones in there. So that is literally the only brand out there that is raised, the mothers, the calves are raised by their own mothers. They're in open spaces, and when they walk from the field to the harvesting plant, they call it, state of the art. They just walk right over there. They don't have to get in a truck and be all scared and nervous. Just walk right in there. And so it makes a difference in the meat. And so exclusive.
Yes.
And so it's amazing the kind of people are just raving about this meat.
Wow.
So that's it, Paula. Let's have a clean home. Let's have clean streams, have a clean conscience, and have safer, more effective, affordable products that you love. That's what they have, and that's my desire. To just feel good about what we're doing here. Every on a daily basis, how we can make things safer for ourselves and our planet. And as you mentioned, my little motto has been hope. And even though other people also is within that acronym, I go by one person because I want to think about that one person, and
So you're helping one person
one at a
every
time,
day.
every day, one person every day. I wake up thinking that. I hope this was helpful to more
Oh,
than one person.
yes, yes, yes. Because I was going to ask you, how can people find you? But I think I'll drop that in the chat for them, um, because we can find you. We drop it in the chat on Facebook, IG, and you have websites and email, and people can actually call you as well.
Yes.
Wow. And so for those of you who joined us today and those who are watching this video at a later date, I want you to know that just as Pamela has been a guest on my show, so can you. You can reach out to me on my website, which is Chatting with the Experts. I'm also on LinkedIn as Paula Okonneh. My IG handle is at chat_experts_podcast. And you can find me on Facebook as well. Last but not least, we are also on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. Just search for Chatting with the Expert and subscribe, subscribe, so that you, in turn, can be inspired, you can be empowered, and you can be educated like we just were by these amazing women. Thank you so much, Pamela.
My pleasure. And here was that we couldn't pin it before. You wanted me, this is the PDF I can send anybody. If they want to learn more about that lung study that was in the respiratory critical care sheet.
Yes. So for those of you who joined us, we will now have an opportunity for you to get to speak with Pamela directly and get her contact so that she can get your contact so that she can send you the PDF that she just showed us. Thank you again, Pamela.
Thank you so much. It was my privilege to share.
Learn something new.